Hello everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen, the Junk Journal Geek, and I'm here today to finally start crafting along with you again. So I mentioned, excuse me, I'm still coughing, you have to forgive me. I mentioned the other day, my room and my desk is a complete mess. I've got stuff everywhere and I keep coming in here to try and get it organised. And I just don't know where to start. And I thought, why don't I just use it to get rid of it? So I've got here, I can't fit it all on screen, but this is the middle piece of paper from a roll of wrapping paper, which we've probably all still got lying around at the moment. And I thought I might do a bit of a collage on here, sort of masterboard type thing, to use up some of my bits and pieces, and then I'll chop it up into probably journal cards. It's fairly heavyweight paper, it's not flimsy but it's not card, but I don't know if it will be substantial enough on its own. But we'll see what it's like once it's collaged up. I've got a cup of tea to hopefully stop me coughing too much. So I thought I'd just grab bits of paper that are next to me and slap them down and see what we end up with. So I hope that's all right with you all. So if you want to join in with me, just pause now and go and grab yourself something to collage on and some bits and pieces to collage with. Right, I have all sorts on my desk. I've still got Christmas bits out and all sorts of bits and pieces that I've been playing around with while I wasn't well. The things I was trying to get done, you know, whenever I'd finished, I just left it, and things keep getting pushed to one side into a big pile, and I've now got a massive Mount Everest of craft rubbish next to me, and I don't mind a little bit of a mess. It's a bit inspiring sometimes, you know, you come across things, but I generally like to be organised, semi-organised, shall we say. So I'm going to just grab some bits and pieces and see what we can do. The trouble is, because I'm not organised at all, I don't even know what I've got here and where I'm going to start. So I'm going to try not to tear into any full sheets of paper. I'm going to try and use up all these bits and pieces that are lying around. So how is everybody? I hope you're all well and happy and getting back into the swing of things after the Christmas break. As I'm grabbing these bits and pieces, you'll probably recognise lots of them. It's all things that we have used or have been using during, you know, previous videos. As I say, I don't really know what I've got here. I'm just grabbing all the little bitty bits, and probably should have done this before I turned the camera on, but I have limited time, and if I don't just start when I can, I never know when I'll get to it. So there's a bit of greaseproof paper there, a bit of packaging paper. Feel like I'm channeling my Julie from Camellia Craft Designs, just grabbing stuff, chucking it on my desk. Excuse me. Right, we've got some butterflies there. I don't need to pull them out now, but we might want to stick them on after we've got a bit of background going on. Anything else in my pile? A bit of ripped stuff. Dictionaries, music page, book page, and I think the rest is near enough full sheets. So that's one pile gone through. So let's stick some stuff down. Oh dear. Oh, I can't even, I'm trying to pull the wrong end of the glue off. That's not much good, is it? I might just literally start sticking, and because any bits I don't like I can cover. You know, when this is cut down, bits are going to get, oops, I've torn that. Certain bits of this will end up not being used, so let's just get some stuff down and see how we get on. Pop this down. So I hope you're all well and you're managing to fit in some crafting time if you're back at work. You know, whatever you do, if it takes you out of the home, I hope you're managing to find some lovely crafting time for yourself. I've been fairly busy in my day job. Lots of people, you know, you get to New Year and people decide they're going to sort their finances or what have you. So I've been doing lots of quotes for people for their utilities, saving people money. Got myself a bit of a goal this month. I want to hit my next promotion, so I've been working quite hard to help as many people as possible, not just because I want to hit my promotion, but also it's very rewarding. You know, it's lovely when you manage to save people money, and you know, it's utilities. You know, we've all got them. We all have to pay for them. Why pay more than you need to? And it's nice to hear the relief in people's voices. I do say this quite often. It's probably quite boring to hear, but it's very true. Excuse me. When you hear the relief in people's voices when they realise how much money they could be saving, and not losing out on anything, it's lovely, because, you know, normally to save money you have to cut back on things or give up something, so to be able to save money without doing that is lovely. So yeah, I've been having a nice time doing that, because I didn't really work in December, although for this business generally it was one of our busiest times ever. Because I was so poorly, I didn't work in December at all. So well, I did the first week, and then after that I did nothing. So it's lovely to get back to it. So that's what I've been up to. Oh, I've just ripped straight through that poor monkey. So did you make any New Year's resolutions? Let me know. I don't tend to make New Year's resolutions. You know, if I want to make a change in any way, I tend to just get on with it and do it. But everybody's different, and I know, you know, a lot of people, it resonates, you know, New Year, making changes, improving yourself or your life or whatever. So I've got nothing against New Year's resolutions. It's just I'm of a different mindset. I just, if I want to do something, I tend to do it. You know what they say, just do it. So, I don't know where I want that. No. Maybe as that's straight, I should go along another edge here. Pop that down there. I'm probably off camera there, aren't I? It's a big piece of paper. Try and make sure I work on this bit until I've got it full up. So that's what's been going on in my life. I was saying to my youngest daughter about tidying this room up yesterday. I said, the thing is, I just get it all back sort of how it suits me, and then my middle daughter comes home again for a visit, which I love having her home, but it means I have to make the room back into her bedroom again. So put the bird paper on there, I think. Still got this silly cough. I still haven't managed to shake that off. It's not like a cough, it's more like a breathlessness cough. So I'm going to see how it goes, and I might have to go back to the doctor and check. I haven't suddenly developed asthma, I think. My eldest daughter and my youngest daughter are both asthmatic. My mum developed asthma in her later years, shall we say. So it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility that I have followed in her footsteps and suddenly decided to have asthma. I hope I haven't, but it feels like how I imagine my daughter feels when her asthma's bothering her. So it's not like a cough where you're coughing because you're trying to cough something up. It is literally a cough. It's like a breathlessness cough. It's the only way I can describe it. Which is, I think, why when I start talking, it tends to set me off coughing. Maybe I should stop talking. Wouldn't be, excuse me, wouldn't make for a very interesting video, but yeah, maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. Maybe you don't want to all listen to me whittering on. I'm being a bit quiet as well today because my husband's on nights at the moment, so he's in bed just along the hallway. So Max is, we've just been out for a walk, which wasn't a very successful walk, but at least he has been out. I have to walk Max. If you're new here, Max is my very mad Sprocker Spaniel, and he was a lockdown puppy, so he wasn't used to people or other dogs or visitors or anything like that. And our old house was quite rural, so we didn't have people walking past. We didn't generally have people coming to the door randomly. And he was at his sort of vital socialisation age, right in the middle of one of the lockdown periods. So he is extremely anxious, very noisy. So consequently, we now live in a house, a little house. There's a footpath right along the side of our house, which goes along the side of our back garden. We don't have much of a front garden, so we are, you know, almost directly onto the road and the pavement. It's probably the house from hell for Max because there's people walking past. We're on a main road, so we do get, you know, random people knocking at the door. I don't mean random people, but you know, when you live in a more residential area, you get more of the door knocking going on, don't you, than you do if you're in the middle of a field, basically, which is where we were before. So I have popped Max in his crate to have a little sleep after his walk, because and I've got all the curtains closed downstairs and the radio on, so hopefully he'll be nice and quiet while I'm up here, and neither of us will disturb my hubby, hopefully. So I'm glad I'm chatting away while I'm doing this, because it means I'm not really thinking about this at all. I'm just, that's card, that's probably a bit thick to go on there. I'm just sticking stuff down. I mean, I think it works out better generally when you do that rather than when you are, you know, thinking about things. You tend to well, I do, tend to overthink and end up umming and ahhing. So pop the hair, excuse me, over that little hole. I'm going to slide that along a bit now. Let's put my empty cup out the way. There, excuse my big arm. I'm using all these bits, but it doesn't actually look like the pile is going down very much. That's the thing with collage. You don't actually use very much of anything. Right, I seem to have quite a few pieces of card in amongst this. I don't want to put card on this collage. Where's that? Right, let's have a bit more birdie paper. These papers that have got music on the back are sheets of music that my daughters have used, you know, for auditions or competitions or what have you, where we've had to buy sheet music and print it out. And then once they're done with it, they don't tend to use it again. So if I'm not sure how something's going to print, or I want to test a print, I'll do it on those sorts of papers on the other side. And then that's ideal for collaging then, because if the print's gone wrong, it doesn't matter when you're collaging. Excuse me. So yeah, because I haven't been very well, I don't really have any news or chit chat or anything for you. I managed to have a nice Christmas, even though I wasn't fully recovered. We went to my eldest daughter on Christmas Day, and everybody was there except my middle daughter because she was working. She came home a couple of days after Christmas, and we had a second Christmas here. Everyone came here, and I did manage to cook a Christmas dinner, and we had another day of presents and things. So that was quite nice. Although it was very strange because my middle daughter obviously wasn't here for Christmas, as I've just said, and my youngest went and stayed with my eldest because my eldest daughter has 3 children. So obviously it was very exciting. So my youngest daughter went and stayed there on Christmas Eve, so that she was there to see them opening their presents and things on Christmas morning. And my eldest daughter did invite me as well. And my husband was on nights, but I didn't go because that would have meant leaving Max, because we can't take him with us. He's not that sort of dog. And So yeah, Christmas morning was a bit strange because I woke up here all on my own, which I didn't mind. It was nice. And as I say, as I still wasn't 100%, meant I could just, you know, poodle about and take my time, getting ready. Gave Max a little gentle walk, and sort of made my way over to my daughter's when I was ready, and then my husband came there when he finished work, and we had Christmas dinner late in the day, and we played games. It was lovely. We bought the grandchildren, the two eldest, a bumper car each, so they were whizzing round the kitchen island on those, which was great fun. And then my granddaughter had Mario Party. Is it Switch game? I'm not very good at computer game things. She had one of those, whatever they are. So, and obviously my girls and my nephews, who were also there with my sister, they grew up playing Mario on their DS's. So they were all playing that, which was, they had great fun with that. And yeah, but other than that, it was quite chilled, quite a relaxed day. Very nice. Food was absolutely scrummy. My eldest daughter's family are vegan, but my sister cooked a turkey and pigs in blankets and brought it. So, you know, we had a full selection of vegan and non-vegan food, and it was all delicious. I made a strawberry and rhubarb crumble, which all my family absolutely love, and I made a lemon and blueberry cake, which is a vegan cake I make very often for my daughter and my husband. So everybody enjoyed that. Yeah, so it was a lovely day. And we did it all again a couple of days later for my middle daughter, which was lovely. Except I didn't have my sister and my nephews here for that. What else did we do? Showed you my crafty Christmas presents. We did Secret Santa this year because everybody was, you know, a bit short of money. And it was quite nice actually to get fewer presents, but things that we all actually wanted, because we all, my daughter organised it, and it was a special website that generated who your partner was, and then you could go on there and put your wish list on up to the amount, you know, we all had an agreed amount that we were going to spend, so then you could go on and put a wish list on, so it was nice because everybody got things they really wanted instead of things that people think they wanted. So it was fun. So that was my Christmas. New Year, I didn't see in the New Year. I was still recovering. I still feel like I'm recovering actually. I'm still not 100% definitely, but I am so much better than I was. The last time I was as ill as I have been with this chest infection was when I gave birth to my middle daughter, and I had a chest infection then, but because I was pregnant I couldn't take anything, and I ended up with broken ribs, and that was from coughing, and I was in hospital on oxygen 2 days before she was born. So, and I felt just as ill this time as I did then, and that was 23 years ago. So I said, if I'm only going to be as ill as that every 23 years, I can cope with that. So just grabbing some more odds and ends. Yeah, so hopefully I'm well on the mend now and won't be ill again. Not doing it, don't like it. I'm very rarely ill. You know, I have the odd day where I feel under the weather. Everybody does, don't they? But I'm never usually ill. I mean, my daughters all said to me, my God, you must be ill, Mum, because you're going to the doctors. I can't even remember the last time I went to the doctors before this little incident. So I definitely was ill. I feel like it's all I can talk about now as well. It's probably boring everybody. I do apologise. Need to change the subject. What else can we talk about? I seem to have masses of bird paper printed out. I don't know why. I've never done a bird journal, so I don't quite know how I've ended up with all that, but still, let's try and get through some of it. They're quite big pieces. So, what did you all do for Christmas and New Year? I'm just trying to be really random now and get this done. It's funny doing this because you can see it's like bringing back memories of all the projects I've worked on over the last couple of years, because it's all papers left over from those things I've done. Lots of these sort of Paris-y papers. That was from my middle daughter's 21st journal, so that was 2 years ago. It's my granddaughter's birthday in a couple of weeks' time. Talking about the rhubarb and strawberry crumble that I made for Christmas. My daughter said to my granddaughter the other day, what would you like for your birthday, darling? Thinking toys, you know, presents. She said, I want EE's crumble with custard. She calls me EE. So I said, oh, I think I can manage that. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll get away with just making her a crumble. I think we will need to involve some form of presents as well. That's a thicker paper, I'm not going to use that. A bit more of this one. Actually, I'm going to use that piece. Probably going to get some quite different looking pieces out of this, even though it's all going to be from the same masterboard. I wonder if my pile will look any different when I finish doing this to before I started. I wonder if we will have made a noticeable dent in the pile or not. I've got a journal that I want to start work on shortly, And another new journal I want to make is my youngest grandson. I still haven't made his journal. My other two grandchildren have both had journals when they were born. They weren't actually made when they were born, but they're journals, you know, to keep all their bits and pieces in. Oh, I've glued the wrong side of that. Oh, never mind. And my youngest, who's now 1, still hasn't had his yet. So I've got the papers printed out that I want to use. I've actually had them printed out since my middle grandson was born. He's 2.5. Well, no. Yeah, he is almost 2.5. Because they were, that can be used for the back of a journal card. Yeah, the papers, my daughter chose the papers that she wanted for his journal, and then I was making Peter Rabbit journals. I made a set of 4, and she decided she'd rather have one of those instead. So the papers I printed out are still in my stash, and I'm going to use them for my youngest grandson. And then my I've still got the 4th Peter Rabbit journal to finish. That's in the pile with my daughter's engagement journal, which I need to finish both of those. It's getting ever closer to her wedding, and the journal is still sitting there waiting to be finished. I did give it to her as an engagement present, and then got it back from her to finish off, and I still haven't finished it off. So oops, got to get round to that. These are all things I'm planning to do this year. So that's 2 new journals that I need to make, 2 journals I need to finish off, and then obviously all sorts of other bits and pieces in between. And have a whole list of journals that I'd like to make, you know, just for fun, not for anything in particular. All those ones I've just mentioned are for, you know, specific things, but I've also got a list of journals I want to make just because. So I can't do any of that until I've got my desk a bit more organised. I just can't. So that's why we're doing this. This is a piece from the Lord of the Rings journal I made. This was from the Fox journal. And this pile I've got next to me here is the pile that was in the big file folder next to me that I keep referring to. I've also got a little pot in my stack of pots on my far right, which has all little tiny pieces of collage fodder in. These pieces have just never made it there, never got organised enough to sort it out, get them put away where they're supposed to be. So yeah, I've been very very remiss at tidying up after myself for the last few weeks. Well, more than that really. Now I want some more music paper or dictionary paper or book page, and I can't see any. I seem to have all digits here now. Oh, there's a bit of, oh, this is my proper old vintage dictionary, this piece. That's going to rip, it's very fragile. Put something over there because it's torn. Right, everything's sliding now. Where I've had a rummage. Do I keep sticking my arm in your faces? I'm so sorry. Page has been used as a glue page, but it's that book that's got all the horrible words in that I don't like, so I have to make sure it's well covered when I come to use it. Don't like it. There we go, a bit more music. I haven't kept checking that I'm in frame with all of this. I hope you've been able to see what I'm doing. I don't really know where I want that now. Pop that there, cover up some of that horrible book page. Did I not just see some more music? I did. Hiding down here. There we go. Oh, this is like butter, this paper. It's lovely. I like that part, that side better. That bit was lifting, so I thought, oh, I'll rip off the bit that's covering others, and I've ripped too far, of course. Right, I think that's the whole of the, everything's sticking to me, the whole of the back covered. So now I need to decide. I'll just show you along. I hope you can see that. So it's quite a long piece. Let's measure it. 17. That's 27 inches long, and I can't see, I'm covering up the numbers, about 9 3/4 inches high, so it's quite a big piece. So I'm going to let that dry for a bit now, and then I'm going to chop it up into pieces. I'm not going to put anything else on until I've got it chopped up into pieces, and then I'll put the, you know, the focal points on then. So I'll just stop the camera while I let this dry and then go and chop it up. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so here are the pieces I've ended up with. I've got random shapes that I can use, you know, as journal cards or pockets. Obviously they might have to be cut down further when I come to use them, depending on the journal they'll be going in. So that one would probably be a pocket. And you know, some of these I might cut diagonally and use as corner tucks as well. These ones will be belly bands or side tucks or bookmarks. There's a little one. You say some of these might go in half again. And now obviously they need decorating, you know, with a focal point and what have you. That might be a tag. I think I might take another strip off the edge there because it's just got a tiny piece of dictionary page left there, so I'll probably take that edge off. So how many have we got out of that sheet? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 pieces of ephemera. So shall we, maybe I'll decorate a couple in another video, because I think we've been on for about 45 minutes, so I don't want to witter on for too long, and I need to go and let Max out. So I'll probably leave it there for today, and maybe come on another day and we'll do something with some of these pieces. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you've managed to craft along with me and make some bits and pieces of your own. I have to say that my pile of stuff doesn't look any different. So maybe I need to do a few more things. But thank you for joining me today. Take care, look after yourselves and enjoy your own crafty time. I'll see you all again in a couple of days. Bye bye.